outside your tower and just farm. Kled would be super spicy. He's going Kled. Oh my god. Okay, we're betting the game on top lane. This is
full top lane.
This is the polar opposite of the Sion pick, where you're just looking
at little thumbs up will turn his attentions back towards the red. Both bot lanes get their level 2s. Broken Blade trading with Doran, dismounted from Skull. And you can see the reason that G2 want to focus this bot lane if they can. Pays having an exemplary performance so far here at MSI.
And Broken Blade's not level 3, he doesn't have the W.
Doran is just going to chase down Broken Blade. Kled has nowhere to remount. Broken Blade needs another, but Doran chops him down with the axe while Faker almost falls in the mid lane.
The pot. Broken Blade flashes back to get level 3, but it just doesn't matter. Faker might solo kill Caps.
Caps flashes away, but still the winds of war from the king of mid lane. Enough for T1 to be 2-0 up.
And Caps is best in the West, but Faker is the best ever, and showing him why. Laning, not what you talk about when you talk about Faker these days, but G2 in trouble. Owner's behind him.
Owner's on a gank. We'll see the Lucent Singularity coming down. There's a snap trap as well, and Pays and Carrier can just 2v2 it. Owner comes across the wall to claim the kill.
That's classic jungler move.
So, I've got a Nimbus strike this one, man.
I needed the assist, guys. It's for the team.
Exactly.
And so they are able to take him down, but things getting a bit out of control for T1 already. G2 really going to be on the back foot. Here's another binding.
You can just see the CC chain. You can't escape it. Pays the Korean sniper.
He is dead. He will not remount. He will get killed. So he is accepting that he's just going to miss CS.
Oh my god. Again.
He's dead too.
He's just dead again. He has to snap around the snap traps and then flashes. Pays flashes for the follow and Pays sends him to meet his maker. Faker able to escape as well in the mid lane.
All right, G2 need to take a breath, calm it down, slow it down a bit here. I feel like nerves are getting to them.
Well, Ragnarok out from Doran. He thinks he can just take this. The Olaf will get the 1-for-1, but he'll die. Denies the minions at least.
Denies the minions the wave 3 times, right? You know, you just never see it happen. And BB does have that early Tiamat, but is going to be very vulnerable to ganks. And it's going to be scary up there.
Bob looking for the focus resolve. They'll try and turn it back onto Carrier, but using that.
And Skewmon is going to be looking for a lane gank here. So we'll see if they can actually set it up. If Lebrov can get...
Broken Blade looking for mid first. He's going to jump in. Justice Punch comes out. There's the taunt from the shield of Duran, but Faker might just be done for as Broken Blade takes him. Meanwhile, Skewmon still waiting to see if Carrier oversteps, which he does, has to flash away. Light Binding doesn't connect. Q3 for the knock-up, and Carrier, no way out for him. G2 find 2 across the map.
Victor for Ashe, for Karma, these champions that are relying on slows and CCs and stuns to be able to keep you away. You're going to have Wukong flashing on your head with a Galio ult coming over the top, with Lucent Singularity, with all of these tools. As G2 looking to try to pressure bot, but this is a risky dive.
You can see where Faker is as well, just hovering. It's looking for that hero's entrance. Broken Blade stepping forward. Faker comes in. There's the Galio ult, the Ragnarok chasing down Lebrov, and there's no escape for the Karma. In fact, the auto stun come out, the Winds of War from Faker will take it in the end. I wonder if Doran was just waiting for his mid lane to come and pick up that gold.
It seemed like he was, because he completely stopped chasing for him there. He didn't want to overextend. He's just clearing out the wave, maybe trying to prevent a redive, knowing Faker could actually finish that off. Faker does pick up the kill. Said it was going to be a risky dive. It definitely was. They sent 4 members, but they are looking for a potential angle at a redive. They can use Kled remount to try to go for this.
Faker has flash. That's the Justice Punch as well. The wave on its way in. Broken Blade goes in for the dive. They'll jump onto Faker. Good taunt. The remount comes out. Skewmon needs to flash away, but he doesn't have that summoner. Faker finds 1 in a 1v3 dive.
You come for the king, you best not miss. Faker makes him pay in the 1v3 as Pays is getting paid on the other side of the map. He's getting all of these plates, solo gold by the way, and he's about to get that first tower gold here too, and they have 3 grubs. For the
Blade has been able to get himself a little bit of a lead, but predominantly because Doran has just been put in bad situations for a while. The gold lead on his Pays waits in the wings to see if someone's going to step forward for a headshot. Arrow comes down towards the bottom lane, and Faker just walks away after taking the tower.
And you can see BB very comfortable. Have some tricky angle when you just run really fast with that Kled also. Maybe Skewmon can hover him and they can try to get a pick there.
Lebrov going to get chased down by Doran, uses the Ragnarok, uses the Ghost. Lebrov tries to flash away, but Doran can just chase him. Skewmon with the Crescent Guard trying to get away from the Cyclone. Doran gets the kill. And Skewmon has to pop his ultimate to the clutches of T1 and of Owner.
Nicely done there by Doran. Has his first completed item on that Stride Breaker spike. And Lebrov, even with the flash, I think he tried to kind of play for the juke where he's trying to pretend that he's flashing into the pit, but did not trick Doran, and Doran is able to run him down and kill him, but we'll see if they catch Doran now.
On Skewmon. Doran pulled back by the bear trap on a rope, but Skewmon is here. Doran will die, burnt both of his summoners and his ultimate to get that kill on the Karma. Mid lane tower, they're going over to T1. There's another bear trap, almost catches him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hansama, he's just rooted for days. The man is basically a plant with how long those roots are. And Skewmon with no ult, with no flash, with no way out. A great taunt in from Faker as T1 are flattening G2.
Oh, Pays almost went down to that tower shot, but does survive, and Dejan
continues just to push in a side lane. For G2, it is such a struggle to get back into this game, because even when you find a good pick, even when you find someone in the side lane, Doran actually pulled back. He's going to have to use the Ragnarok trying to dismount Broken Blade, but won't be able to do it. Big ultimate down from Doran. Broken Blade doesn't have the charge, but can go in. Jousting. Look at those violent tendencies as well. Dismounted. There's the bear trap. Lebrov here, but Doran heals up. Broken Blade and Lebrov will take a kill, but now the TP in from Faker, and Carrier on his way. Counter TP used. Remount. Carrier is going to try and protect Faker as he extracts himself from the enemy jungle.
Great kill from BB again, you know, finding ways to be useful here after what was such a tough start. Yeah. And that was actually pretty clever from Doran. He waited till the Q had expired, then went for the TP out. But Broken Blade, the split second his ult came back up, he used the ult, had just enough time there. 1 second later, that ult comes up. I think Doran is gone, but he bumps him with the ult, interrupts that base. And now Doran has no ult, has no TP. G2 are on this dragon here and could be slowing T1's march towards a possible soul.
Carrier looking for that light binding. Lebrov trying to keep Owner at bay. Light binding hits onto Skewmon. Faker's trying to get the taunt towards the top side as the Crescent Guard comes out from Skewmon. Broken Blade going into the pit as well. A Cyclone on the back as Hansama has a tempestuous time escaping. Lebrov going to get chased out, charged on by the Rift Tower. Broken Blade forced away as well. The Drake did go to G2. Importantly for them, they delayed the soul, but with another light binding, just clipping the heels of Broken Blade, unable to find that connection. Carrier, Lucent Singularity for the slow. Ragnarok in, Broken Blade dismounted. Doran going deeper, but won't find enough. An ace in the hole. Skewmon's going to have to block it. The final spark, not enough. Cabs takes down Doran. Baker goes in, but the remount on Skarl. Courageous from G2 as they somehow bite back in the bot side.
That looked like it was going to be...
Oh, onto Pays. Cabs with the Siphon Power puts down the Hexag Ray. Good Mikhail's out of Carrier, but Skewmon's on the chase. Pays shot down by Skew, and Carrier with no hope, no teammates, and no life left to live.
G2 just pulled a comeback out of nowhere in that.
A slight lead for Broken Blade in terms of itemization as he's finished his Black Cleaver with the Titanic Hydra. Faker the one to deal with him right now as Skewmon comes in from the side as well. They'll jump onto Faker, the dismount comes out, the Q3 Broken Blade. Where was Faker? He disappeared.
Look at the build. He's got Merc Treads, an Imperial Mandate, and a Rocket Belt. That is no protection against a Xin Zhao and a Kled, and they knew it. They just go straight in for him, burst him down under the tower. This is not the Galio of old that is full tank. This is a very squishy build that does have a lot of value because
out from G2 as they look to join Caps up with the rest of the squad. Charquasalao, instant Mikhails. Oh, wow. That was gorgeous from Carrier. But T1 are still a little bit on the back foot as Faker yet to join with his team now. Connects through mid. Light binding down. Pays puts another snap trap line down. Hungry for someone to eat one of those cupcakes. Faker being kept at bay by Broken Blade in the mid lane. The arrow still a long way from coming back off its cooldown. The Drake down to 4,000. Doran getting chased out towards the top side as Skewmon goes in. Owner with the Cyclone. Hero's entrance as well onto Hansama, who flashes across the wall, but with the Ragnarok, Doran just makes him fall, and now a second Cyclone means Skewmon goes down. A 2-for-1 so far for T1. And they will get the Drake out of it.
Yeah, and it's a split fight. It's a split fight, and now T1 want more.
Broken Blade flashing for Pays. The bear trap doesn't connect in time. Carrier forced away. Caps flashes away from Faker, but with Owner on the chase, it should be enough. Lebrov flashes, trying to get Pays rooted up. Broken Blade Mikhails won't be enough to remount him. Pays makes him pay the piper, and with an ace in the hole, Caps almost falls the final spark. Not living up to its name as Caps continues to run away. There's another blast cone for him to take, and he should be able to survive with Lebrov on his way across. Faker chasing LeBron. Pays trying to flank onto him as well, as Caps does manage to extract himself, but Pays is on the flank, and LeBron has used that blast cone. Caps puts down an Arcane Ray, Siphon Power for the move speed, TP behind by Doran. Caps is the universal taunt for T1, it seems, and with Baron available, T1 are trying to delay those resets, but in goes Pays and down goes Pays. He overstepped. G2 strike back.
Yeah, G2 are bailed out. Eventually get that chase down, but they are bailed out by the fact that they kill off Pays. It means no Baron, but then you do have that shot, but Pays,
the charge. And Charlie uses the clone well there. Broken Blade trying to get in with the bear trap on the rope, but won't be able to get in there. He gets dismounted immediately. Skull very cowardly this time as Ona comes back in with category 5 as Skumon dives forward. Pays Mikhails. The taunt on Skumon means he can't get any deeper. And Ona goes back in. The hero's entrance comes down, but it's cancelled as Faker can't join the fray. Skumon manages to get out. A Ragnarok forward, a taunt, it's all on Caps. But how deep are you? Broken Blade remounts. Pays steps in, and Pays now untouched. Another taunt, Broken Blade dismounted. Skumon back alive, but the Guardian Angel will not save
Penta, he's going for the Penta!
Him in the middle. A 17th pentakill for the Prince.
You go for a T1, but Pays is untouched, and Pays gets the pentakill there. An incredible fight from him, stays alive at low health, is able to make them pay. As look at this clone from Owner. Owner able to block both the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and the Kled ult by so much space. And then as Pays moves forward here, Skumon looks for the re-engage. The Cyclone comes out. Skumon gets that Q3 knock-up in onto Pays, but T1 keep the space for him because Faker is there, because Owner is there. They buy the time, and then Doran says, you have spent too many cooldowns. The binding lands on Caps over the wall. He full sends it. Pays wins the duel against Hansama on the side, drops the chap on the GA, bursts down Broken Blade, takes out Skumon, chases him down, and on match point at MSI.
For Pays, Doran clears out the vision.
Going to be tough. They're going on Faker.
Only onto Faker. G2 still looking. Look at Broken Blade. He's snuck behind them. Doran as well, though perhaps caught out. 4 members of G2 trying to chase him, but he uses the ghost and gets himself out. Broken Blade still here. Justice punch forward by Faker. Pays begins to step up. The final spark, the Crescent Guard, and Faker's down, and now BB charges round, but the wrong way round. It's a merry-go-round for G2 as they look to try and steal this away. Pays flashes out, Skumon down, Owner takes him, Caps takes half his health from the caliber that Pays has found. A Broken Blade though gets in with the bear trap. LeBron survives through Owner, carry us down. T1 are down. G2 will chase them away. No end in sight yet, but again, G2 have found the 5% play they needed, but Doran has other ideas. He'll chase LeBron, he'll take the 2. G2 will kill him off in the end, but Doran evens it out.
Doran stops it from being that much worse, but how about Skumon in these fights, finding pace? Broken Blade is almost 4,000 gold ahead himself.
He's going to chase onto Doran right here as Doran tries to trade back onto him. It's an item advantage for the Kled right now, and you can see it paying off in the health bars. Doran forced away. The charge in as well by Broken Blade, but he's a little bit short on it as he jousts forward and misses the bear trap, and Undertow will slow him down with a TP coming in by Faker. Skumon here to defend his top laner. Faker. Is he going to go in with the Justice Punch? No, backs away. No flashes. Broken Blade keeps Owner at bay. On the top side, Doran looking for an engage. Pays still no flash as G2 rattle through the Baron right now. It's down to 2k. The smite comes out. The final spark does not find its mark. G2 get the Baron, and Charlie Crystal is going to hit onto Carrier, but he immediately Mikhails it away. Skumon dashing forward with him, becomes lightning in the audacious charge, but he's not going to find too much more. Faker gets his Justice Punch blocked by Broken Blade. A bear trap on a rope with forward might try and take the play. Broken Blade level 19, 2 ahead of Doran. Has that charge. Skumon dashes onto Faker. The taunt comes out, the Justice Punch away as well as G2 want to take this fray, want to take this battle where the series could be decided for T1. They need another game after this for G2. For the first time in 7 years, they're on the cusp of taking down T1 in a best of 5. Oner in the smite, goes to Skew. Oner low, the Guardian Angel though still available to bring him back in the Enchanted Crystal Hour coming out as Broken Blade does need the charge to get away. Oner so low, and G2 continue to advance, continue to step forward. There's the charge away. G2 now maybe reset. T1 back away through the bottom lane. Caps reset, he's not got TP. G2 just trying to keep T1 around. A taunt just wide of connecting onto Scumon's shoes. As G2 continue to step forward, they have confidence in this. Scumon almost gets sniped out by a headshot.
Oh,
Broken Blade dashes away with the jousting, and once again, Faker's taunt can't find its mark.
And look at Caps mid lane. T1 have got to get back, have got to reset. This fight has just been going forever. And I got to say, Broken Blade was the difference maker absolutely in that last one. He was threatening the flank to hold a pace. He one-shot him!
He just absolutely eviscerates LeBron, and now G2 on the back foot. Ragnarok forward as Summer is going to get taken out. The hero finds a Faker there as well. Broken Blade having to retreat, dives back onto Oner. Meanwhile, Scumon once again just taken out. BB killed off Oner. Caps is just off towards the top side. It's still an advantageous fight for T1 as the Lucent Singularity doesn't find its mark, but Faker is falling low. Violent tendencies! The Kled somehow finds another. The Lucent Singularity will get the slow door in there with a chase with the undertow. Does not connect, and Broken Blade is leading them on a merry chase as he remounts onto Skull. Doran stepping forward. BB with a pocket pistol! Anything Pays can do, BB can do better. He brings out both barrels and takes down 2.
Pays knocking him down there, chasing after him. Buying so much time, though, was Broken Blade as Caps is able to push, and Lebrov faces the full power there of Pays. Carrier going to be chasing here. They wanted to try to look for Caps. They won't be able to find him. Lebrov took a headshot from. Didn't think he'd be able to make it happen.
I mean, BB finds 3 in that fight, and now he's found Oner, who has to use the Cyclone to try and get away, but there's a Hurricane warning as Hurricane BB's on his way for the chase. Oner has the hero's entrance coming in. Skew on a Broken Blade now needs to get the hell out with the Enchanted Crystal out on the Crescent Guard for the knockback. Pays trying to step in the midst of that circle, but he can't get close enough. Broken Blade gets up to Pays, who now has a Guardian Angel, and Broken Blade is rooted up, dismounted as he runs away from Doran, and Caps takes the kill. G2 have found 2 more. No major objective up for a minute.
Pace is going back, but Pace has no flash. This is so risky. If he gets caught, they could end the game right here.
The volley hits him. Oh, the win
RT1 willing to bet their tournament lives on a fight.
Spotted. Lightbind is going to hit him. Win becomes lightning, comes out. There's a Crescent Guard for the knockback. Skew1 needs to get to that Mega Blast Cone. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Faker getting chased out by BB, who's just barreling through him, uses the charge to interrupt the hero's entrance, and the hero makes an exit as BB.
Far ahead now. They will get Soul. They will get Baron. T1 will try to fight another day. It's a 6.3k gold lead for Broken Blade individually. It's a 3.6k gold lead for Caps. Yes, Pays is strong, but he's been capped on items for a while, and he's the only one.
The MasterCard priceless moment of the game. G2 fighting valiantly back into it. A Chem Soul and a Baron now for them. Be brave to do that in this moment as well. You have to trust yourself. You have to back yourself. G2 have done that many times before, but can you do it against the back-to-back-to-back world champions as T1 are trying to shut that door? A Ragnarok forward, they'll jump onto Caps, the final spot. Caps tries to get away, will use the flash, the inhibitor tower in the mid lane will fall, the Ragnarok falls off. Meanwhile on the bottom side, Summer and the brother pushing forward for a second inhibitor tower of this Baron play. T1 went for the play, Ghost Ragnarok forward from Doran, but they couldn't find purchase onto Caps.
And that's double inhib now there for G2. T1 do push Caps back, do get his flash, but now they're trying to wait it out. They're trying to get the go. T1 trying to close ranks around topside. They're going to spend the Lux ult. They're trying to just clear it out and make sure that they do not get triple inhibbed. But more supers coming in here, and if they go, it is win or go home for T1. They have got to be picture perfect with their engage.
Tower in the top lane toppled. G2 pushing in. Carrier looking for the light binding. Goes wide of Hans Summer. T1 now relegated to defending only their Nexus towers in that top lane in here. Broken Blade trying to distract as the Shurelias is used. Carrier steps forward, but again, between the uprights on the 2 initiation tools, Oner forced back. Enchanted Crystal Arrow hits only onto Carrier. Pays trying to get the damage down as well. Doesn't use the Mikhails, importantly. That's a tool that they will keep for the ending push. Triple inhib down, 2.5 minutes before the inhibs are back out.
No flash on Caps.
For it. Caps has no flash. An Arcane Sword comes down and Faker looks for the flank. G2 are just going to push through mid though. The Arcane Sword gets the Guardian Angel as G2 try and catch onto Dorman. Pace still here to try and defend. Broken Blade going in as well with the Ragnarok coming out. The charge away from Kled. Caps is down. Skewmon here trying to answer with one of his own as he jumps onto Faker. Lebrov headshot. The ace in the hole is going to have to be blocked by Hans Summer. A light bulb bites them as Pace flashes forward. Hans Summer forced away, but Faker's here. T1 are not done with you. T1 are not done with this series. They're not done with this MSI as they wipe away G2.
But the question is, can you actually push? You're triple inhibbed. There's supers everywhere. Double supers coming in through every lane. So what they're going to go for here is they're going to try to go for the Elder. But Skewmon is still alive. If he could steal that, that would be huge. And even if they get it, I don't know if it gets them a win here. Broken Blade is TPing back, and he's going to look for a potential fight. He has flash.
No flash. Pace has no flash, nor does Carrier. No Mikhails either. Pace has the Seraphim on his shoulders, that Guardian Angel, and that will be the Elder Drake. G2 decide they do not want to take this battle. They'll find another one. In this war, we have seen battle after battle after battle. Is it just a Baron rush from a quick Baron? It's only Skewmon doing it right now. Zona steps forward, spotted out by the far side Oration. Broken Blade, seeing if he can get in, but Pace is still there to defend alongside Faker. Recall coming out from Pace, and the resets coming out from T1. It will be a Baron through Elder exchange in the end.
Which favors the Baron, because you can just wait out the Elder. The Baron is taken second here, and I don't think T1 are going to get a fight right now. Owner knows there's no point.
He's dead. That is a huge amount of damage as Caps tries to step forward. The inhibitors respawn for T1 in bot and mid. The top lane one still 43 seconds away as the Elder has expired, which is why G2 feel that they can step further forward towards T1. Broken Blade's going to walk over that trap line, takes one. Caps slowed with the undertow. T1's flash is still not quite back up. Doran has one, but Pace still doesn't have his, nor does Faker. G2 stepping forward. No flash on Hans Summer. Skewmons is about to come off cooldown.
Caps just lost half his health. It looked like an ult snuck in there from Pace. No one blocked it.
No TP as well for Caps. He's reliant on his teammates, reliant on that Inspire shield, slowed up by the Lucent Singularity. Broken Blade building up a huge minion wave here.
Yeah, they're gonna get supers once again.
And now T1, all hail the defense. Can you pull it out of the hat? Can you find something magical? You've done it so many times before with the Arcane Sword coming out. Pace is forced to walk away. The inhibitor on the top side about to fall to Broken Blade as T1. They need to heal. They need to get back up. The wave's not quite here yet for G2, but the Nexus now is stuck.
Here they go!
The Cyclone! The Cyclone! Pace assassinates Caps as Dorman gets on the backline. Dorman falls. Broken Blade just looking for the Nexus. Broken Blade's going to charge around as Skewmon's there too. But G2, after 7 years, manage to topple T1.
Kings have fallen. T1 loses to G2 in the lower bracket at MSI. It's a stolen Nexus.